My name is George Fields. I'm a community liaison.
A little louder, George.
I'm a community liaison. I'm representing the Black African American think tank. I'm here on the behalf of self-contractors, Black African American contractors that have been doing contracting work for Messer Contruction companies. And they have been bamboozled for millions of dollars. And it's not fair. It's really not fair to these guys who come here to help put up new projects, and then these people sit here and take their money. So what we're here for today is to let you guys know that this is something that needs to be dealt with right away, and it's a very serious matter, and it's no good for the community to understand that black-owned contractors cannot build anything here in this city without being bullied and their money being taken. So this is something that really has to be addressed. The mayor and whoever else is involved with this bamboozle, this bulliness has to come to a halt immediately. So, it's going to be a time this summer to where it's going to be very, very hard for people to understand that you can't walk through the city of Louisville and owe a person $1 American and expect for yourself to live. So these people are talking about millions of dollars here that have been taken from their money that they done spent, and then they get bamboozled and their money get taken. So it has to come to a halt. I want to introduce one of the self-contractors, black-owned contractors, Mr. Charlie Scott.
How you doing? My name's Charles Scott, C. Scott and Associates. I'm a subcontractor that was on phase 1 and phase 2 of this project. I've been doing these projects since 1999. I started out on these projects at Park Duval. I've done projects such as Liberty Green. I've done projects such as Shepherd Square. I started and completed those projects with contractors such as David Cosby and Associates. I've done contract work for Hal and Hal Contractors, Kesco Construction, and Bornstein. I've got Architects Awards for these contracts over the last 22 years. And I'm owed over $250,000 on this project that I was told I wasn't owed. And I want to know why that I can complete all these projects and get to this one and all of a sudden lose over $250,000 in revenue. It has hurt my company. My suppliers won't supply me anymore because of this. And I'm just having a hard time right now as a contractor as far as this goes. These are minority contracts. These contracts require 25% MBE participation. These are only contracts over the last 22 years that I've been able to do as an MBE of this magnitude. I just want to know why the MBE is being mistreated the way they're being mistreated on these particular contracts. I have several MBEs who are either not getting paid or getting delayed with pay, and it's not fair to the community. I grew up in this area. I grew up in the West End. I grew up in the East End. I have a West End-owned business, and I just don't think it's fair that minority contractors get treated the way that they're being treated. I did all 15 of these buildings, and I've done the seniors building over there. And I'm proud of the work that I do, and I've gotten architect awards for these projects in the earlier years. I just want to say that we're not going anywhere. We're going to be right here. We're going to find out why the MBEs are being treated the way they're being treated on these projects. Thank you.
Identify yourself.
My name is Adrian Franklin. I'm the owner of Franklin Interior Systems. I did the work at phase 1 over here and phase 2 over here. And I feel like that we all got treated kind of bad at this project. I am owed a tremendous amount of money. They told me that I ran out of money. When we did all the extra work at the place, and over here. And I don't understand how I ran out of money when they control the money. So they brought other contractors in that was not MBE to do my work, and I didn't understand why. I want answers on why. I'm a veteran, I'm military. I served this country. I fought for this country. And to treat me like that, a minority, veteran certified company, I don't understand why. I need answers. And I want my money. At the end of the day, I just want my money. I got a family to feed. I got goals and aspirations. I have visions. 99% of my employees come from this area. I'm giving back to the community, so I don't understand why they would do me that way. That's all I really have to say.
Thank you. Essentially why we are here is because minority contractors are owed outstanding large sums of money. One contractor is owed over $1 million. He's done $1 million worth of work, and Messer refuses to pay him. Then the other contractor is owed over $250,000. Who can operate a business like that? We're calling on our mayor, who has failed us repeatedly, to go talk to Messer on our behalf. The weather's changing, and we don't want no trouble in this community, but there will be trouble. We promise you that there will be trouble if Messer does not pay these African American contractors. We're gonna give them 7 days from today, a week from today. We want them paid in full. You have any questions?
Can you give us some examples of how you say you've been treated unfairly? I mean, I'm assuming that you.
That's an easy one.
Well, give an example.
Yeah, just give us some examples.
Here's an example. Area A1, the very first area we started, we hung the whole entire place. Then we had to take it all down because of something was missing. We hung it again. We was told we was gonna get paid. I hang it again. Something else was missing. We had to take it all back down. We hang it a third time. The fire alarm system was missing. We had to take it all back down. Not once did I get compensated for that, but I got a bill from my suppliers and stuff for over $225,000 that I got stuck with, and I got the paperwork, and I got pictures. I have pictures of both buildings, both areas. I do have pictures, documentation. I have anything and everything anybody needs to know. I have it.
Let him. Charles, you give an example, would you?
This job started out as a big delay from Jump Street. When we first got in here on this seniors building over here, there were no infrastructures. There were no sewers, there were nothing. We started the concrete slabs. We started laying blocks on the concrete slabs. There were no rebar in the slabs. We had to drill them down rebar. We started on the elevator shafts. We stopped on the elevator shafts because they had the core drill 150 feet. They got the building built over here. We started on the 9th Street side of the building over there, all the masonry. There were no attached angle-ons to the whole building. That delayed us tremendously. The window settings were wrong. We got to the lower level here. The elevations were wrong on the lower level. We got charged for the elevations being wrong, and we never poured a piece of concrete. The stairwell shaft was 2 foot 6 inches off. That cost us money. And we got to the end of this building, they brought in a non-minority contractor, which they used my 25% MBE as a contractor. They brought a non-minority contractor in, finished up this work over here, put me on this side over here where there was a 4-month window delay, maybe lay brick around every one of these buildings to no windows, stored materials, that thousands and thousands of stored material dollars went to waste. And all this, as a contractor, I had to pay for. They still have not paid my suppliers. I'm trying to do work in this city right now, and I can't buy a piece of rebar because Messer has not paid my suppliers. They have not paid my concrete or any bills. I just want to know why I can do 22 years of these projects and never lose a dime and get down here and come up $250,000 in the red. I've taken out loans, I've taken out lines of credit, and I expelled all my resources of income to start and finish this job.
Next, we got our meeting on Saturday.
We having meetings every third Saturday of the month from 11:30 to 12:30 at 2600 in Broadway, Suite 209. We basically speaking on how people can get houses and how to get their credit scores up and maintain their credit scores. We're doing a lot of things throughout the community that is a plus because they've been so used to negativity, being shot down. So we're basically doing a lot of things for the community. And we appreciate it.
Meeting this Saturday.
We're meeting this Saturday at 11:30 to 12:30 at 2600 in Broadway at Suite 209. Thank you.
Is that good?
So basically, Messer Construction right there, got a little logo, has hired POC contractors and gave them the runaround and now refuses to compensate them for supplies and labor.
I did 98% of this building for $876.
This is the Beecher Terrace. We are on 10th and Jefferson. Messer has been contracted to tear down Beecher Terrace and rebuild mixed income housing. With that mixed income housing, it usually pushes out a whole lot of POC individuals. And even further than that, they're fucking over POC contractors.
That was the last conversation I had with Messer.
Well, how long ago was that?
That's been almost a month ago.
So no one has reached out from Messer to you to try to reconcile this issue?
Not from that point.
Have you reported this to any of the appropriate authorities that would normally address this kind of situation?
I just filed a lien on this project
Someone was asking that. Good
for
to
the
know.
amount. Right. It's a sad commentary because I've gotten Architects Awards for these. I've done every HUD project this city has. I'm recognized by the Bricklayers Association. I've got Architects Awards and everything for doing this work. This is my work. This is what I do. I've done it for 22 years. I can't understand how you can delay a job the way Messer delayed the job and expect me to make money on it. I just don't see how I can make. I came in a lose-lose situation. I got over in phase 2. They had 20-foot ditches all over the place. I had to literally go from one end of the job site to the other just to get materials in an area to lay block. These things, as a minority contractor, a small minority contractor as myself, take money away from my scope of work. We came in at a medium range price to do these jobs because it's a bulk of work. And by the time you have all your delays that you don't want to address, and I've already gave them information on what I thought their delays was, you can't make money. There's no way you can make money if a job site is in complete chaos. When I done these jobs for Messer Construction, Hal & Hal, David Cosby and Associates, the infrastructure was in before we laid our first block. these things cost you money for equipment and materials. If you get on a building of this size, you have no angle-ons, and angle-ons go 3 floors everywhere where you see brick, and you got to stop because there's no angle-ons, you lose money. Me as a small contractor, I had to go get a $150,000 loan, another $50,000 loan. I had SBA money. I had $0 when I left this job site. And I just want to be compensated.
One of the things that we have talked about in our 502 live streamers coverage of the protest movement over the past year has been the lack of generational wealth for folks in the Black community who have wanted to start their own businesses, who wanted to buy their own homes, to be able to mortgage them, to be able to send their kids to college. Talk to us about the importance of the kind of work that you're doing in building generational wealth in the Black community.
Well, this generation in front of you would say that because the We Foundation has just contracted me to do $1.5 million in low-income housing in the West End. Right. If it wasn't for this Black-owned company right here, I would be unemployed and probably getting ready to give up my house in mortgages. So that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to generate wealth in the community. One thing I can say about doing these projects right here, it has gave me a recognition nationally. And it has also allowed me to be a prominent minority contractor in the community, which means that my reputation is at stake because of this.
Absolutely.
I do not like how they treated the Black contractors down here. It seems like every Black contractor down here never could get paid for his change orders or what he was trying to accomplish. And I just want to see a change in this.
We've been calling back here for the Courier Journal, so we'll give him a chance to ask a question.
Running a little late. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
It's a big place.
Okay.
So I hate to ask this. Can you kind of take me through what your issue is here?
My issue is that I'm owed quite a bit of money, over $250,000, where I lost money due to this project being delayed and being backcharged for things that I should never have been backcharged for. I think I've been discriminated against as a minority contractor. I think my MBE numbers that I came in with have been desecrated to some degree because I know in LMHA Metro Housing Authority, if you replace an MBE, you have to replace it with another MBE. There's not another MBE down here doing masonry. There's a non-MBE. I want to know why a non-MBE can come in and take over a scope of my work and charge me $100,000. I've never heard of that. I've done this for 22 years, and every contractor I ever worked for replaced the MBE with an MBE.
And for those who are not familiar with the language, minority business enterprise?
Minority business enterprises. They have to have 25% of that on every one of these projects. They say they have their minority numbers, but they have not showed nobody yet. I know they didn't have their minority numbers in phase 1 because they replaced me with a non-MBE norm, which should have lowered their numbers. So I'm just saying, if a David Cosby or a Messer Construction or a Hal & Hal contractor had to meet these standards when I did Liberty Green, Shepherd Square, and things of that nature in Park Duval, then why doesn't Messer have to meet those standards? To me, this is a form of discrimination to minorities. It takes away our opportunities to make money.
Now, have you brought that up, and what was their reaction?
I've said this several times to Messer. Messer has repeated to me several times that they have their MBE number. But it's like I repeat, if I'm finishing this building right here, and you tell me you can't finish this building, you bring in a non-MBE, how can you have the minority number? This does not make any sense.
So when did you start on this project, and how long is it?
I started on this project back a year and a half ago when they first put in the foundation. I done this building and I done all 15 of these buildings. And I got down to the end of the job, they told me my money was completed. All contractors my suppliers were owed over $200,000, and they paid me just enough money to finish the last building over. And I can't do anything else from there because I don't have any more money. They say I don't have any more money. They told me last time I talked to them that I owe them $50,000.
Are you considering any legal action?
I've already filed a lien on the project.
What do you expect response to your demands to be?
I don't know what Messer's response is, but I'm gonna let Anthony.
So yeah, my name's Anthony Gaines, director at the African American think tank. And like you said, it's a disgrace. It's an embarrassment on the city. Messer Construction, the way that these MBE contractors have been treated throughout this process, money that's owed that they are refusing to pay. So we are going to give Messer Construction 7 days, a week from today, to respond back to the claims that we have presented today, the money that's owed. And if we don't hear anything in 7 days, then we'll be back here a week from today, with a crowd of people from the community who are tired of being mistreated by large corporations like Messer, the mayor, who's the one running a lot of these programs. So we will be back in a week. We hope to hear back from Messer Construction, and we hope to get this issue resolved.
To those who call the 502 live streamers shit starters, damn straight.
Right.
We'll be back here with you in a week.
We appreciate you all.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for all your work.
I didn't catch your name, sorry.
Charles Scott, C. Scott and Associates. That is the name of my company that done the work.
Appreciate it. I'll reach out every quarter.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right. So we're here at construction sites like 10th and Jefferson. It's the old site of the Beecher Terrace housing projects. They were maybe a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago, were torn down and are being rebuilt as mixed income housing. Mixed income housing usually ends up pricing out a whole lot of POC people. Investors come in and they put in, not even necessarily better quality housing, just, newer housing, and then the price, goes up. But further than that, Messer Construction was hired to do the project, hired a bunch of POC contractors to assist, is now giving them the runaround and is refusing to pay them for supplies and their labor. So Messer Construction, out here not taking care of people. Usually get funding from the city, from my understanding, especially on these, HUD projects, HUD projects. So, I mean, it's not good, guys. If you got time to share this and get the word out, please do. We are very, very close to old Black Walnut, to, what used to be Walnut Street, Muhammad Ali now, which was a very, very prominent African-American area. It was kind of like Louisville's Black Wall Street. The dollar would rotate 2-3 times before it would go back out. But that was all taken down years and years and years ago as well. So, Louisville Metro continuing redlining and gentrification, pushing around demographics wherever the fuck they want to push them. So, it's really something that we need to pay attention to. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. I might be live again later today. If not, everybody stay strong and stay safe.